Hello folks, and welcome back to my hardcore version of SnowRunner. Yay! And right now I am working on reinvigorating the old mines. And I brought the A and K over here with one load with the mud tires on it. And yeah, it didn't go very well. So the mud tires are not good for the Impossibandra area back here. It just took forever to get through. So went back to the garage. Was going to get another load and decided that I was just going to put the large snow tires on it. And though it does go really slow through there, it moves a lot better than the mud tires. Because the mud tires, as soon as I left the garage and started hitting the sticky mud, the snow tire or the mud tires, those big ones, were just junk. This thing would not move. And you can see what happened earlier today. Yeah, I had a little oopsie moment. I loaded up a couple of the cabins. Was coming out of the road here because I had to get some gas and load the cabins up. And yeah, there was a rock here in the road, right there where the front end of my truck is. And I swerved a little bit to miss the rock. The rock disappeared and then reappeared under the truck and threw the truck up in the air a little bit. And next thing I know, the truck is laying on its top. So I need to get over here with another vehicle and flip it back over and load it back up. Actually, I was going to drop off the concrete here, but I think I'm going to take it on up. But first, we need to get something over here that can flip that back over. So, what do I have? Could probably bring the co-lob, but I've got something at the garage. Got so many trucks I lose track of what I have loaded with what. So I had something loaded up with fuel. What did I have loaded with fuel? Wasn't the Western Star, I don't think. What is that one? Oh, that's right, the Dan. Yeah. But the Dan doesn't have a crane on it. Okay, we'll get the Dan over here and hook up to the other fuel. Then we'll grab something that has a crane. And we'll get a load of something I need to take over, maybe bricks. And go over there and flip that back over. So I found another slight little bug. Remember how we loaded the cabins up and it accepted them and it was not buggy anymore? I could change my missions and change my trucks and do all that good stuff. If you look over to the right, you will see that those cabins we loaded up for the last mission are still sitting there and it's showing that I have delivered 2 cabins. I have not delivered any extra cabins over there. So if they did work on it, it's still a little bit buggy. So even though it says I've delivered 2 cabins, I still need to deliver 2 more cabins over there. But for those of y'all that are not doing a hardcore mode, it's good to know once you put 2 cabins in there, it'll be good for all the missions, and it should give you credit. But I can't do that. Let's attach a trailer. And I have to stop the engine on it and go back to the garage. No. I have warehouse bricks. It's off to my left. I got discombobulated on my map here. So I have this one, the Western Star 4964. And you are loaded with 2 concrete blocks. Did I need more concrete blocks? I think I do. So let's take a look, but not for the first part of the section. For first part of that, yeah, I need 6. So I have 2 on the back of the MK38. I have 2 sitting over there in the garage area, or not the garage area, but the cabin construction area, and I've got 2 more here. So that's what I need. And oh, this is a white Western Star. Okay, that'll work. For a moment there, looking at it, I thought it was the 49X. But no, this is Old Faithful here. Which is good because I wanted to try it going through the Empasamandra area. Now that I have the chain tires on it. I've not taken this truck through there with chain tires. See if it's any better than mud tires. And yep, make sure my mic's on. I have done that before. Started the video off and went about 10 minutes and realized my mic wasn't turned on. That happens to us noobs. So yeah, the first set of blocks that I took over here with the A and K, MK38, I was going good. I hit this area and the truck sunk up and with those mud tires on it and just would not go at all. I mean, it probably took me 3 minutes to get up here past this pine tree and to back up and turn around. This truck will probably run better in all-wheel drive. Yeah, it just would not go with the load on it. It would not go with the mud tires. So then I went and got it back to the garage. I went back to the regular standard standard suspension and the smaller tires, which is, you know, what I normally run on it. That way it doesn't tip as much. And brought the other load on over here with those, but once it got into that really deep muddy area, it just would not go at all. So that's why I went with the active suspension and the bigger tires. And whatever they did to it, coming all the way through here with the big concrete blocks on it, easy now. It didn't tip, and it didn't even act like it wanted to tip. So they've stabilized that truck a little bit and made it a lot more user-friendly. I just wish they'd give my buddy here some more power. Put a turbocharger on it. Still my favorite truck in the game. I don't know why. My first really good truck that I've had. You get it over on Smithfield Dam, and when you get it, it makes your other trucks seem like Tonka toys. So it's always been my favorite. And most of my trucks are bogging down here, and I have to use the winch. But this one still plugs along. She's slow, but she goes. I had a 76... a 1976 what was that? Wow, I've forgot what it was. I'll think of it here in a minute. But anyway, it was an old car I bought for a little or nothing, and I love that thing. It was a big old boat, and my wife actually, she refused to ride in that car. Absolutely refused. And it was a nice looking car, but it was just a big boat, and she just wouldn't ride in it. And it broke down on me, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. Turns out it had a lot of had some electrical issues, and a sending unit from the transmission was screwed up, and I'd have to get a new transmission. So a buddy of mine was selling a pickup truck, an old Ford, and I was looking at it, and she told me that I could have the Ford if I got rid of the other car. So I reluctantly agreed, and I got the Ford, drove it to work, came home that evening, and the car was gone. She called a tow truck for it and took a picture of it on the back of the tow truck. That's how much she hated that car. But anyway, it kind of reminds me of this truck. '76 Buick Century. That's what it was. Ugliest collard green you've ever seen in your life. But from what I understand, the towing company, they had a junkyard, and when they come out and got it, they did not take it and put it in a junkyard. They actually, one of the guys restored it. I actually did see it about 5 or 6 years later at a car show, and he did a really good job with it. Kept that ugly ass green paint job though. He repainted it, but kept it the same color. Yeah, it's kind of funny because I went up, I saw the car and went up and was talking to him about it and asked him how long he'd had it and where he got it. He said, yeah, some lady called us and said, I work at a towing company, and she called us, said she wanted it out of her driveway. He said it was just too nice a car to part out. So he said, I just towed it to my house. I said, yeah, that was my wife that called you. But he also told me he had to rebuild the engine because the rings were bad in it. Pretty much, he said the motor lasted about a month after he got it fixed and then just locked up. So it's a good thing I did get rid of it. I like to have some of those old vehicles I had when I was younger. And she's still plugging along. I had one I absolutely loved. It was stationed at Fort Bragg, and I was delivering pizzas. I had an old Jeep Wrangler, and, well, not old, I mean, it was like 3 years old, but I was delivering pizzas in the evenings just to give me something to do, and it was really rough on gas. Had some big tires on it, and it was mostly set up to run up here in the woods in West Virginia, not on the streets of Fort Bragg, North Carolina. So I was looking for something I could deliver pizzas in, and I answered an ad in the paper. A woman just had a car for sale, $800. So I went to take a look at it, and she took me downstairs, down in the basement. It's one of those, the basement was actually the garage. You had to go down a little steep driveway to get down into it. And she told me to pull the cover off of it, and it was a 73 Dodge Charger. Gorgeous car. And as soon as I pulled that cover off, I said, ma'am, you got way more car here than $800. And she told me to look at it, and so I looked it over and popped the hood. Had a 440 in it. Just a gorgeous car. Had black racing stripes going over the hood, over the trunk, and the upholstered seats. It was gold in color, so the seats were gold also. And the racing stripes actually went over the carpet and over the front seats and the back seats. So it was a custom job. And, you know, I was just looking at it. I was in awe. And it turns out her husband owned a Dodge dealership. And back in '72, he had 2 Dodge dealerships. They sent these Dodges to some police departments, and they had what they called the 440 Pursuit Special engine. and he got 2 of them, one for each dealership, because they wanted they were trying to sell them to police departments as a pursuit vehicle, and the police departments could try them out, see what they like, see if they liked them or not, anything. But as you know, back in those days, most Dodges, they were really, really good in a straight line. But when you put the brakes on, tried to go around a corner, it's like you was on ice. But she said her husband kept both of them. And before he passed away, he sold his. And hers just sat in the garage. And she said, you won't believe me, but she said, really, I only drove this thing to church and to the store every now and then. She said it was just too powerful for her. And it had been sitting in the garage for 15 years. And I told her, I was like, I don't have the money for this car. You can get a lot of money out of this. And she told me she was just selling everything off because she was going to move to Florida to live with her daughter. And she goes, honey, you seem to know a lot about this car. I think you'll appreciate it. She said, give me $800 and it's yours. And I tried to talk her out of it a couple more times, and finally I was like, I'll be right back. Went to the bank, got $800 and bought the car. Of course, I didn't deliver pizzas in it, but loved that car. And it ended up somebody stole it. And when I went on leave when I was in the military, and I came back up to West Virginia here, and I bought a waterbed from my brother, and I knew I was buying it, so I had bought an old Isuzu pickup to deliver the pizzas in. So I just drove it up here and took the car. I lived off the post at the time. Took the car and parked it at my barracks and left the keys there, and came up here, got the waterbed, and drove straight back down. When I got back down to Bragg, dropped the waterbed off and had my neighbor took me over to the main post to get my car, and it was gone. So filed a police report, got the MPs involved, police departments involved, and they found the car 3 days later. The person had put it on a hill, sent it down the hill with a brick on the accelerator, and they had doused it in gas and put the gas cans in the back seat, set it on fire, sent it down the hill, and it hit a tier that holds a train bridge over the road. Police estimated about 80 miles an hour. Totally destroyed it. And I am still convinced it was somebody in my unit that took the car out for a joyride, knowing that I was on leave, and figured I wouldn't miss it. But then when I came back down, they got scared. So yeah, that was a heck of a car. It got about 12 miles to the gallon. But those were some quick miles. Had a 25-gallon fuel tank. I've had some nice cars in the past. One day I'm gonna get me an old car and fix it up again. Alright, so the Western Star seems to be doing pretty good through here. That Doesn't go as good as the twin steer, but this is a heavy load on here. And it has done fairly decent. And I've done most of it in automatic. Didn't even realize it. My buddy. It's got the, was it the rolling dice skin that you can put on it? And for a while I ran that, but I just like it better in black. Alright, so coming up on our twin steer. Get it flipped back over. See how that rock disappeared and reappeared? That might have been the rock that was out in the middle of the road, and it, like I said, it disappeared, so I went over it and it reappeared and flipped the truck. Let's get up here against that telephone pole. It will reach. Come on, baby, flip her over. There it goes. We got it now. All right. So that part is done. Now I have to figure out how to load these back on here with that little crane. Which it should pick up these containers with the little crane. But I will need gas. Refuel, that's what I'm looking for. I've got fuel over here. But I've already got 6 loaded up with the Dan and that trailer. So it should be good. And I'm hoping this extra weight on here will help keep the truck steady, but I don't like it parked there. Let's get it fully on the road. And check out our anchors. Okay, they're both on the road. Get you up over the bed of the truck here. I should be able to pick it up. The other one would be a little more difficult. It was further out. Nope. Ah, come on. Let's change truck. Release it. Now change the truck. Pack that down. So now the crane will not want to hook to that one. Camera around that way. All right. No problem. So even though it does say that cabins have been delivered, they really haven't. These are the 2 cabins for that area. And since it's hardcore mode, I'm going to go ahead and take them over there. First, we need to get this one and the other one up the hill. And I'm just going to move this truck out of the way because I want to take the MK38 up first in case there is a problem. MK, where you at? Oh, there you are. Let me check my... give me just a second. I've got family sending me text messages. And friends, because it is my birthday today. Yay! So I'm an even older man today than I was yesterday. And I believe what I'm going to do is go ahead and take this one and the Western Star on up to the mine. So let's see how you do through here. If it tips anywhere, it'll be here. Nope, good to go. Before I take it up to the mine, though, I'm going to need to get some fuel. Oh, goodness grief. Oh. So work text. Yeah, I thought I got fuel back there, but I guess I didn't. I just turned the truck around and forgot. Oh, easy now. Whoop, nope. Let's drop your suspension down a little bit. Just to make sure that up here I don't flip it. There goes the harmonicas. Has anybody else noticed that when you're driving this truck, every now and then it sounds like a harmonica? Uh-oh. Maybe I need to raise that suspension up again. Some deep mud. Now here's where probably the mud tires would have come in handy. But it's just so hard to get through the swampy area with the snow tires, or with the mud tires on it. It's not really worth it. And it looks like we'll make it through here. I did notice, I don't know if it's this map or not, but I did notice that the MK38 here doesn't seem to be as fast. I am going to have to take it over to Alaska and try it. Because in Alaska, this thing hauled butt. It was too fast. But it just meant you had to be a little careful. But if they did slow it down a little bit, they didn't take any power away from it. Because it's making it up here in high gear with no problems. around. Put some gas in you. Still have to find a way to get those metal beams out. I want those metal beams. They have ticked me off. Alright, so we'll get you heading in the right direction and wait on the other truck. So let's get our Western Star. Oh wow, I'm still way over here. Oh no, okay. I'm not far away. Hey, I'm going to top it off with fuel once I get up top of the hill, because it may stay over there for quite a while. No, actually I shouldn't need it. I was thinking to offload the cargo, but auto offloads it. But I do need to pick up all that wood that I dropped over the cliff. So I'll use this truck for that. Nice and easy. What's wrong with you? Okay. Now we're going. Yeah, I don't remember the road going over to the mine, so this will be good to go over there and scope it out. I do remember there were some rocky areas, but I don't remember how big the rocks were. Stay over to the right a little bit. Wow, this one doesn't want to go through there either. Actually, should have left it. If these two trucks are having a problem getting through here, then some of the others are definitely going to have problems. So I got a winch point. See if I can hook it to the back. Give my butt a little boost. Still making progress. There we go, we got it now. Climb the hill in high gear. Yepper. Still don't see why I can't get those rolls there, or those rolls over here. Does it have, yep, had a little bit of fuel in its tank, so I just steal the fuel out of there. I don't have to switch trucks. Yeah, let's go ahead and take them one at a time. I want to see how each one does. So I believe the gold mine is up here, and make a left at this one. We'll double check that. Yep, and I need to head out that way. I've only been out here twice. Once was when I was scouting with a scout opening up the map, and the other was delivering the big trailer out here, but I didn't come this way with the trailer. Slow it down. So I don't think I've been out this road at all until you get on up here. What is that? Oh, sign. High roller metals. You are on the right way. You are on the right way. Okay. Yeah, I think here, well, get my camera back. There we go. Was it there that I brought? I don't know, it might have been there that I brought that trailer up. No, it was up here. Right here's where I brought the big trailer up. So I've been out the rest of this. I just couldn't remember how big these rocks were. Whoa, that was a big one. I think we'll go in low gear for a while. Just to keep my lead foot under control. Yeah, there's an area I was worried about, that one and this one, because it looks like there was a slide here and I didn't know how much that would affect the trucks coming through here, but it doesn't look bad. Because there's some areas on down that way that is really sketchy. Everything tilts really hard. Alright, let's get the first one delivered. Oh, that's right. Concrete blocks of a second set, and it won't let me deliver the second set until all these first ones are done. Which is okay. I can take the Western Star and offload those. So let's see how you do. No, wood was the second delivery also. I was thinking I could go ahead and deliver the wood. But what I can do once I get up here is go ahead and pick the wood up and move it over and drop it off. Hello, cat. Lay down. Oh, that hurt. What I should have done, and what I will probably do, is bring the 750 up here. That way it can repair any trucks that have an issue. Might even bring a couple of loads up this way. It's shorter to come up this way, but it's really snowy, so I don't know how they'll do. Okay, let's reduce the lead foot here. Yeah, I think this is the better route through here. Man, the developers do such a great job with the scenery. Come back. I didn't even see that rock. Alright, we are here. So I believe I will offload the blocks right here. And then we'll go over and see if we can actually pick up the wood that I dropped off the cliff. Shoot. Unpack. And then go to the crane. Get rid of you. Back around. And I didn't unpack that one. Oh, that's another thing I forgot. So if you get hung up by unpacking the cargo, it takes the weight off. The cargo's still there. If you see, once I pack it, it drops it down. If you unpack it, it takes the weight off. So that might be able to help you get through some areas if you have trouble. Not too far away. Yes, I am. Yeah, it's more like it. Alright, let's see if I can go get the wood. So if you haven't seen that episode, check it out. I went up the top of the cliff here and dropped all the wood. Oh, there's the other trailer. Well, hello. Dropped all the wood I needed off the cliff. Using the P12. So, that's not all the wood. We'll see, maybe some of them are phased into others. I think there's a piece behind me there. Oh, there's one up in a tree. 2 of them are suspended. 3 of them are suspended. Let's see if it'll let me get them. Oh, there we go. Okay, who's going to go first? Ah, you'll go first. So why did I do that? I thought it would be easier to get the wood from the log station, and come to find out that there were only 2 wood at the log station. So I didn't want to waste the trip up there, so I just took more wood to the log station and took it up the top of the cliff and dropped it off. For the fun of it. Gotta have fun with this game when you can. I mean, the game's fun, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you gotta do some weird and crazy stuff just to keep it interesting. So pack cargo, restore crane. So I can get all the wood here. And now that I know where the other rock trailer is, I can bring the even bigger cat over here and pick that trailer up and get it out of here, because they have to be delivered on the other map. So I've already found one and taken it over to the garage. So now I can come over and get the other one. Alright, so this is going to do me for this episode. Let me know what you think. Leave me some comments. Let me know how I'm doing, what I can do to do better. I'd appreciate it. And I will see you in the next episode. So until then, have a good one.